did the day before the big DC rally. HeartlandDefenders.com, Heartland Defenders on YouTube, not the F book. Why the thing down the bottom is still that's the F book. Do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell at the top of the screen, whatever direction I'm pointing in. As you can see on HeartlandDefenders.com, we do have t-shirts and stuff. Also, find us at Summit County Gun Show, Coyote County Gun Show, possibly others. Uh-oh, we did lose Cosper as I'm getting ready to go to them. Here he comes, guys. All right, let's go to Mike and Jacob. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, senor. ¿Cómo está? How's it going?
Oh, man. Because now you're clearer and you're not frozen. So.
All right. That's great.
Yeah. I don't know.
I apologize, everybody, last week. I had some internet issues, and Cosper's been having internet issues, so if we lose them, don't be surprised.
Yeah.
The internet company is doing the wonderful thing of pretending like there's not an issue.
Dude, it's funny you said that, Jacob. They don't do that. So if you go down my street, we were out of power for I think 3-4 days.
Yeah.
When you gotta be shitting me. Fuck off.
He's lying. Call him.
Who the hell's calling me? It's like 8:00. I'm old. Leave me alone. But no, so you go down the street and the power company, when they cut the trees down, they just cut them off of their lines, and they're all still leaning on all the cable lines.
Yeah, awesome. The power company, the power company tops them. So from about the midpoint of the phone internet sets, so you got AT&T, you got WOW, you got Time Warner Spectrum, you got whoever. That's the lower sets, and then the very top of the poles is always your power guys. So they will top the tree and they will trim any branches leaning towards their lines. But the rest of the companies, AT&T, Spectrum, WOW, they don't trim a single tree.
This was after all those ones fell. So I mean, these are all ones that fell. And the damn power company, I mean, whatever. I mean, they're not paying for it. So, I mean, they paid for they literally, if there was a tree and it's leaning on both lines after it fell, they basically chopped it off the power line and let it freaking collapse on the power line, the cable line.
Yeah.
It's freaking, I'm like,
technically, I guess the city's supposed to be, or your township or whatever is supposed to deal with the power, or the trees and the power lines. So the power company just does it to get whatever fixed, and then they're just like, F yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
I'm thankful for it. We got our power back on, so I mean, I was cool with it. But
dealing with a lot of power guys doing what I do, I know they trim at least down here, they trim the trees on a regular basis and top the trees on a regular basis, because if the tree branch hits those two at the right angle, it's gonna blow the whole system.
Mm-hmm. See,
okay.
I know Summit County is one of them. I don't know about Trumbull. I haven't tried out here yet, but Summit County is one of them. You have to call the city. You have to call the city you live in or the township you live in and tell them, and then they deal with it because they don't want the power or the other companies coming out and dealing with it, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it is what it is, but
well, I've been having a
we'll talk offline, Cosper. We'll talk offline so I can get details of what you're having going on, and I can tell you probably what's wrong.
Oh yeah, well, it's weird. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I mean, if we get through this, I mean, we'll go days and it's fine, and then the other we can't stream two things at the same time.
Oh. That'd drive me crazy.
Oh, well, yeah, because especially, I mean, we got 2 iPads going, 2 laptops, the Roku in my room, Dylan's, Xbox.
Right. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That would drive me nuts. I wouldn't know. No.
It's called networking hell. Yeah. That's what it's called. It's called networking hell.
It's called
we're there very often lately.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, being that we weren't on last week, Palmer, I think, and of course I didn't post anything last week because of my issues. I thought for sure I had a Facebook ban coming, and it didn't come. I'm very surprised.
I'm trying to rejoin. I'm like, Okay, fine. All right.
There's 3 watching.
Well,
I know
I'm watching, but I'm not going to talk. I mean,
yeah, no. I was trying to find it wouldn't get back to the. All right.
Obviously, nobody is sharing anything.
Well,
so
it also may be an issue that there might be a few people that are in DC, which we'll get to here. Pretty, because everybody's like,
I'd like to get to that because that's a little weird to me. But
well, and we were having a talk right before you got on, right before the show.
Okay.
And I have my thoughts on it, and as well about why I stayed away. But we'll leave that for the end, since that's probably what everybody wants to talk about, and we'll go right towards the stand your ground. And how shocking was that he actually signed it?
Where the hell did that come from?
Right,
it came in an email.
I was thinking,
hi, we're Ohio. What was it? Buckeye Firearms Association, and we did something.
Well, it's funny because I guess Buckeye didn't have anything to do with it either. Buckeye was had nothing to do with the issue. I guess somebody, whatever was going on.
That's the email I got. Hi, we're Buckeye Firearms Association, and we did something.
No, I was on my phone, and I'm like looking, and I've been sending emails since the day that they said it passed through all of the committees and blah blah blah, and it's on his desk. I'm like, you know what, F it. Every day I'm going to send him an email. So every day since it's been on his desk, I've been sending an email like, look, it's basically the same thing about supporting it, because why should I have to retreat if somebody's threatening my life? You know what I mean? And
well, I was more, what I was more surprised by was his statements that went along with it. Oh. Like all of a sudden he's like Mr. Pro-Gun. I'm like,
I don't know.
What?
Well, but let me ask you this, because I've seen some statements about that.
Oh, it's our stimulus from the governor. I mean,
that's where I was going. Do you think it's a bone? Do you think it's you know what? Fuck it. I've been a dick for a year. Here you go, you fuckwad.
Maybe.
I mean, I have to. Well, but see, and that's what I thought at first. But again, did you read once we're off the air, don't look now. For those few of you watching,
the 2 people watching,
yeah,
the 1 person watching.
Well, remember, when I'm watching, I'm always watching through the group page, so it doesn't count me.
Yeah. So
2 people watching.
But go look at his statements. Like his statements were like all of a sudden, a person should be able to defend themselves, and there shouldn't be restrictions on that, and it's like, who the fuck are you?
Like, what alien took you away, and who replaced you? Right. Well, and that's
it wasn't an alien, because if it was an alien, then we wouldn't be still running around with the mask thing pushed and the extension push.
Yeah,
I got an email today that Ohio Homeland Security has extended my my paperwork until I think March, and it's like, gee, thanks for extending the 2 weeks to flatten the curve to literally a fucking year.
It's so the aliens can hide their lizard fangs. I don't know.
Well, the flying restrictions and everything else are coming. So unless you get the shot.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. On that, I gotta ask this question.
Go ahead.
A year ago, it was a running joke. Quote me on this, to point and kind of chuckle at the extremely strange discussions that would happen between people about being vaxxers or anti-vaxxers, right? It was kind of a thing about a year ago. In the last 3 months, I think more than half of the United States population has immediately became anti-vaxxers.
I'm not anti-vax. I'm anti-choice, not being a choice. Just like the flu shot. I think if you are a person who is susceptible to the flu, who has other health issues, if you want to get the flu shot to protect yourself, go ahead. I think the COVID thing is the same thing. If you want to get it, go ahead. But don't tell me I can't get on an airplane unless I get it.
Right.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, I can't travel because I didn't get it.
Okay. Right. Yeah,
Nobody
and
should
we're
be
not
bothered
talking.
if they got it.
Yeah, and I know people will bring up, oh well, you got your kids vaccinated for school, and yeah, because that's why we don't have those fucking diseases anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay, and those diseases. I don't think I would compare to what's going on now.
Right.
I and don't get me wrong, COVID has become a problem. It's the Browns are a perfect example, not because of football, but because four of the people had 3 different strains.
Yep.
So it's out there. You're gonna get sick probably, but again, if you do the shit you're supposed to do without having to mask up and all this other crap, I don't get the flu. I don't get the shot, and I still don't get the flu because I'm not an idiot when I'm in public.
Right. I'm not touching my mouth.
What? You use common sense and personal hygiene?
Imagine that.
Even with the beard, I don't touch things and then go.
Right.
Because I watch people do it all the time in stores. Even through their masks, under their masks, and then they grab the door to the freezer or fridge that's in the store. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen the guy who goes into the bathroom with gloves on, goes in the stall, comes out of the stall with gloves on, and walks out the bathroom?
Yeah.
You haven't had that one yet? Okay.
Well, that's just like I had a semi-argument with when I went to Home Depot the other day, and I took my mask off to go into the bathroom, and the guy's like, whoa, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I'm not going into that bacteria-filled fucking environment, breathing it all in, so then I can then walk around your store for an hour breathing the shit in.
Right.
I said, it ain't happening. Mm-hmm. So if you want to kick me out because I had to go take a piss and I'm not going to wear your fucking mask in there, go ahead.
Is that not a telltale sign of the stupidity of people? I mean, just the mask stopping here. Oh, the gloves on, eating their sandwich. The having a mask on, but then like pulling the mask down to sneeze or something because they don't want to get snot in the mask. Does that not does the same thing with
yes.
Why are you going into the bathroom without a mask on? It's like because there's more shit in there literally than there is out here.
Right.
Is that not a sign of the stupidity of the populace?
Yes.
As a whole?
Well,
I feel that is.
I mean that's again, and I remember it was almost 6 months or maybe even closer to 9 months before COVID. I had emptied out my one bag, my truck bag, my car bag that I had. And I remember it was a couple different people. It was on our private chat. We're like, oh my God, what's the giant lube? And it wasn't lube, obviously it was hand sanitizer. It's like, yeah, dude, I've been carrying this shit in my car for years because you know why? I've gone into a Walmart bathroom and I see what the nasty fuck's doing there.
Right.
Yep.
So I've been trying to take, and especially during flu season.
All I gotta say is I've had jobs in the past that I've gone into houses and seen how people live.
Oh yeah.
Hand sanitizer's a thing.
Right.
I mean, it's a thing.
Some of them you want to burn your clothes when you get out of the house.
I saw a post the other day that literally said, be advised, bed bugs, wear hazmat suit. And it was for a company that doesn't do hazmat or extermination. Yeah. It was just somebody having
call centers. Cody, the call center she works in, she's complained before the whole COVID thing that they would have bed bug issues to where they would get notifications of clean your things and make sure everything's clean and make sure you're careful when you go home that you don't take it home. I'm like, this is bullshit. How do you have bed bugs that bad? You're bringing it to work and giving it to other people.
Yeah, if they're crawling on you and going to work with you, you've got a problem.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And so I mean, so people are
needless to say, I'm not going to disagree, and we need to switch off this conversation. I mean, we've ran COVID into the fucking ground. It's been a goddamn year for 2 weeks. I mean, shit, 2 fucking weeks. It's been a fucking year. But just in general, it's like people of Walmart in public now. You see people and you're just like, you clearly have never had a field sanitation training class. You clearly have no idea how the medical industry, explains how to remove gloves after being worn in a contaminated environment.
Well, but to that exact point, I think that's the point. Because let's be fair. And Jeremy doesn't get to leave the house much lately because of his current situation. He works at home all the time.
Well,
but a vast majority of probably the people in our group are probably the kind of people that only wear masks if they're told, and if they absolutely have to go into that store or what. Most of us are the law-abiding, and we do, and yet we're probably as a whole in a group, we've probably had to experience it less than I think a vast majority of people, it seems, that are getting it are the hygiene freaks because they aren't doing it right, because they've got this false sense of security that, I got gloves on, I can't catch it. Oh, here, let me now wipe it all over my damn face.
The same gloves that touched the railing as they walked out of the store.
Well, I mean, shit, dude. I've heard about people going in every day, twice a day, 3 times a day to be tested, and it negative, and they're just going to get it positive. They just want to have it. Like, it's a fucking badge of honor.
You get paid vacation. Well, you did until the 1st. I don't know if that extended over.
Right.
I guess that I don't know if they
on
that
a side note, change the subject from Corona to the governmental reaction to Corona.
Fair.
I'm going to say this. As a fucking essential employee, I know I didn't say it right, but as a fucking essential employee, I stand firm in saying that if we go into what's Biden calling for, 100-day mask mandate and lockdown of the government, if we go into this shit and they shut everything down across the country except for, let me get my air quotes ready, essential employees, I quit. I'm fucking done. I'm not playing this game. I'm not going for 100 days because I guarantee you if they shut everything down, we're going to end up with the pissed off, cabin fevered, shit covered because they've run out of toilet paper again. Assholes in the fucking streets, and I'm not dealing with it for the second time. I'm not doing it.
I showered from here up for the show.
I don't give a fuck. You can call me essential. I played the game once. Nothing has gotten better. You keep telling us it's still worse. We cleared it all up for a few months. Summertime. Now we're going to be like, oh shit, we got to shut it all down again. You're going to lock people in their houses, terrify the fuck out of them. Sorry, my camera moved. Terrify the living fuck out of these people, and they're going to be wandering the streets like mindless zombies covered in shit because they're out of toilet paper.
Yeah, it's going to be, I don't, and I think that, that'll lead up to, I think that's part of why, everything that's going on tomorrow and, and I don't know, I mean, and back to our original subject, that's why I find it's such a weird time for him to all of a sudden sign that bill that, hey, guess what? You know what? The zombie apocalypse is coming. Stand your ground.
I'm your pal. Here you go. But, oh, by the way, the only issue I do have with it, it's a step forward. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy he signed it. But the protections that some other states have put in place to keep the state that they're not
Did you see for the USCCA members in the group?
Yeah. Okay.
Did you get the email yesterday and the reminder email today?
Yes.
that there is currently a bill for
it's kind of what
reciprocity?
Yeah, like statewide reciprocity.
Like countrywide reciprocity.
Yeah, right,
like,
state to state.
It doesn't matter
if you got
your laws here,
it's good everywhere.
And you're carrying here, and you cross that state line right now in Maryland. It's illegal for any of us to be in Maryland and have a gun. But according to this bill, that don't matter.
Speaking of the whole crossing state lines and states having illegal,
I was never there.
What do you guys think of the senator who is taking her gun to the Senate and they've allowed it and they're going to allow it? It's illegal in D.C. to conceal carry. It could carry at all.
Well, no. Well, you can get a license.
You can get the permits. You can get the permissions. It's money.
There's a oh God, I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. But there's a protest, a conservative protest group that all got their licenses to carry in D.C.
So she must have got her license then. Okay, because I'm sitting
here
like,
wondering,
what the heck?
I don't know if she got her license or not. I know who you're talking about.
I'd like to know if she did or didn't get her license. If she's just
I'll have
doing.
To look into it more. I saw where like the Democrats were at first, especially all the ladies, were a little upset with her about it, but then they're kind of like, well, maybe we should let her. And I've been seeing things go on the internet about it, and I'm like,
wait a minute. So in Congress in general, there's 535 members. Doesn't that probably mean there's 535 armed men there already?
Well, right.
Because don't each one of them have a Secret Service with them?
Well, right. But as a senator,
senator
or congressman,
senators and congressmen get Secret Service?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they've got to get at least. I'm sure they get at least one protection.
I don't know. I don't know for sure if they get Secret Service or if they get they can hire their own private security.
Well, they've got to believe there's a ton of guns inside.
I'm not going to disagree to that. There's got to be a ton of guns.
But if you're a pro-gun, senator or congressman, at some point, don't you want to kind of carry it around and be like, look, I'm
surprised the Texans don't come in with 6 shooters.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm surprised she's not on the. I don't know how much internet you're paying attention to, but I can't turn on a Bing search or a Google search without news headlines up there, and her name is
everywhere.
Everywhere. Didn't wear a mask. Wore a mask that said Trump won. I'm like, holy shit! Like, you want to get on the front page news? That's how you get on front page news. Woo.
Yeah, I'll give her. You know what? I was curious to see. She was pretty outspoken running.
Right.
I was curious to see if she was going to take now. In all fairness, she hasn't been there long enough to be wooed by lobbyists.
Well,
I want to see where she's at.
Man.
I want to see where she's at in a year.
Yeah.
I want to see. I'm hoping she's a new trend of outspoken. I don't particularly care that she's, Wahoo. I would have rather see her say, we the people lost or something. I'd rather see her do something more than the whole Trump thing. But I'll give her a little credit.
When we met her, it was a Trump thing.
It was.
With the circle that we know all of those people are in, and this gets us into the conversation me and Jeremy were having before you got into the stream.
Okay.
But it leads us into tomorrow, and look at timing's perfect. The whole Trump train, the whole Patriot Party, the whole Trump rally, Trump vehicle parades, Trump flags, all these things. Like Jeremy said, we would get into it. Jeremy said that he has his opinion about it. I know you have your opinion about it. My opinion about it is I'm not a, oh my God, Trump. My flag that flies outside my house is a don't tread on me Garrison flag. That's what flies outside my house. There's an American flag right there. The Second Amendment's right there. So that being said, for me to go, oh yeah, I'm a Trump guy, no. But that's what's hot right now. You look at any social media, there's less people saying I'm a patriot. There's less people saying I'm a conservative. There's less people saying I'm a Republican. There's less people saying I'm a 3%er than there are people screaming that I'm a Trumper. I'm a trumpet. The newest one I've heard in regards to Trump is trunt. Trunt. Apparently it is a combination of a Trump cunt.
Yep.
A trunt.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times.
Well, I'm glad I've been staying away from some of the internet then, because
what I'm saying is, you know, we were talking about, me and Jeremy were talking about tomorrow, right, and it being a Trump thing, and you know, we've tried this. The three of us, the organization, the Heartland Defenders, we've tried this. We've tried to garner a march from Arlington National Cemetery to D.C., right? And we got a grand total of 29 people in, 5, 6, 7 months, I think it was, before we canceled it because of Corona.
Probably.
At least one person, or if not two people, were total trolls, calling us incels and all that other shit.
True.
But, you know, this thing...
Yeah,
started a month ago, and there's hundreds of thousands of people going to this thing.
And that's because of the name, though. I mean,
but what
you do a Trump rally?
Is it a Trump? That's the thing.
This is supposed to be.
Is it?
This is from what everything that I'm seeing. This is supposed to be a stop the steal rally.
Okay.
So basically, everybody thinks
stop
Trump
the steal.
run.
This is now. Hold on. What I'm seeing is there are people that are Trump people that are going to this. There are people that are just red-blooded American patriots going to this. There are people that are just, I don't even want to use the word woke, but they're awake to the situation going to this. It's not just a Trump rally from what I can see.
It seems very weird to me, though.
The problem I see from it is when we, you and I talk to them, when we talk to different people, what we get out of different people is what their perspective of said thing is. It's a Trump thing for a Trump supporter. It's a patriot thing for patriot supporters. It's a stop the steal thing for people who's trying to stop the election fraud and all that, who are hell-bent that this is a complete and utter bullshit election. So there's no clear divisive thing this is. It's kind of like the mother of all rallies, where there's not a direct, it never really was billed a straight out Trump thing, but it ended up being a straight out Trump thing.
It's listed on the calendar for DC as a March for Trump DC rally that includes, the hashtag Go Right, January 6th.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, you know.
Who's the organizer?
Yeah, and that's the weird thing about it.
Movement.
Yeah, and I know that's what it's weird to me. The whole feel of it is just, it's just weird. You know, I mean, you know me. I'm usually the guy, and there's a couple of us, but I'm usually the guy that's like, you know what, fuck it, I'll take the time off of work, I'll go.
Right.
There was something about this that never felt right.
Do you want to know what I think this is?
It is.
Do you want to know what I think this is? I think tomorrow is going to be the number. I think it's 2.0. I think something's going to happen tomorrow, whether it's because I'm seeing through the socials and through the information gatherings that we have, I'm seeing Antifa showing up and
hold on for just Jacob. Do you know why Eli got hit there? Or did he retract that?
He retracted it himself.
Okay. Sorry. Good. Continue on.
Yeah.
Eli, say it. Nobody's ashamed of what you're saying.
Say what you got to say, Eli. You know us.
I'm seeing where Antifa is.
Well, that's So,
but hold on. Let me get it out. Antifa. This I'm seeing reports and people stating that there's information and rumor that if the Congress doesn't do the right thing, quote unquote, they're going to storm the Capitol. I'm hearing,
Well, now I might have to watch this live.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's one of those things. It's kind of like, I'm sorry for anybody that watches our stream at any time who was involved in this, but it's to me, it's got the potential to be redress of grievances 2.0, not just shot heard around the world 2.0. But it's to me, it's got both ways. You've got the potential for shot heard around the world 2.0. If Clash of the Titans happens, and I say Clash of the Titans happens, i.e. Proud Boys, Boogie Boys, Patriots versus Antifa, BLM, and anybody else over here, shot heard around the world 2.0. Got it? Then on the other side of that, I see it as the redress of grievances, something that is supposed to be done, the peaceful protest of injustice. We're all kind of sitting here going, something doesn't feel right. I'm not gonna burn that bridge. I'm not gonna jump onto this one. Go with God, everybody going. But let us know if it turns into the event we talked about a little over a year ago for the redress of grievances, where a whopping 35 people showed up. 25 actually stood in front of a makeshift podium.
No, there's more than that there now because of the things.
Oh yeah,
I've seen today.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Today.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, dude. That's why I find it weird. Only and maybe it's my. There's just something weird about this that it doesn't feel like a. It doesn't feel like a woke moment. Like all of a sudden, like what we were trying to do. Trying to put together. It doesn't feel like. Something feels fake about this.
Right.
So what you're saying is this is not grassroots. It's not.
I think this is
Jeremy,
what paid for.
You've got the time. You've got the time in the computer. My laptop doesn't do it that way. You've got the time in the. Look at the organizer and dig into the organizer of the event that DC has labeled.
Right.
That move right or what? The move right. Tell me who's the chair or CEO of that group. Let us know. Are they grassroots?
Hashtag. I wouldn't doubt it if it was just somebody that made some crap up to start the event.
So did you see Eli? I guess Dieter's in DC.
Oh yeah, I saw
live streaming.
Yep, I saw him earlier live streaming.
Well, the FBI is going to pick him up, so no worries.
Since the initial announcement of the 6th, it's always been, and I get why that they as a DC rally for Trump because of Prevent the Steal, whatever's going on, go right, because it's going to pull the numbers. Because like Jacob, you and I were talking before the show started, you do a We the People. We know what happens when you try to do We the People. Now,
it's we the 9 people that show up.
Well, it's we the 9 people because it's the 9 people that are fed up enough, but aren't, because so a lot of everything is grouped into one idea of anything that's patriotic. We the People, the flags behind you, the Second Amendment behind you, all that stuff is all bunched in with the bad side of conservatives, which is the hateful people, the racists,
the far right,
yes. So it's all bunched together, and on top of that, and I know Jeremy Dieter's in DC, and probably is not watching, but he could attest to some of the events that were initially labeled as we're non anything in Columbus. Come join us, and then you get down there, and one of the two sides is taking over the event, and it's a whole Trump rally event. I do know of one Patriot event that completely turned into a Trump rally, and it wasn't supposed to be a Trump rally. This was prior, many years ago.
Look at the right after the lockdowns and the masks and all that started. They had 2 or 3 events for anti-masking, no masks,
right?
And I think it was by the second one, the population of that were more Trump supporters, no mask, than it was just people saying no mask.
Right. I see why they do that, but that's why it kept me away.
But does that not harken back to the aspect of it's what's hot? It's what's the big thing right now.
It's all political. That's what we're trying to doing it
thing. And
doing it by the party thing will never change anything. It hasn't changed anything.
Well, but you got to step back on the internet, Cosper, because there's a third party now.
Well, there's a third, a fourth.
There's a 33rd party. Let me correct my statement. There's a 33rd party now.
So
that 33rd party now is the American flag lion, top half red with top half blue with stars, bottom half red of a lion's body, and that's the Patriot Party.
But see, again,
you not seen this one yet?
But for me, it's just another party that's going to do the same thing where it's like, I'm not going to sign this or support this unless it looks good for my party. Not for the people, for my party. And that's where I'm done with parties.
I don't care. I don't mind, I don't care that there's a Republican Party and a Democrat Party and all, that as long as they represent the people, because there's going to be, let's be honest, you go to Los Angeles. I mean, I've lived there. I know people there. I still know people there in Los Angeles. Those people probably till the end of time, whether that's tomorrow or 500 years from now, the vast majority of the people in that town are going to be Democratic and or liberal, real liberal people. If as long as they're, if they elect people that honor the Constitution and represent them, and represent them the way that they want to be represented, I don't care. And same with the Republican, as long as they honor the Constitution and represent the wants of the people in their area, that's fine. But I don't think they're doing that anymore. They're not even representing the liberals, the far right or far left liberals in California aren't even representing the liberals that live in California anymore.
Agreed.
Well, and see, the thing is, though,
Eli made a statement. Hold on. Eli made a statement, and I'm on that boat. Cosper, you and I have had a lot of discussions. I'm on that boat. I feel, just like Eli feels, that right now, what's happening, whether it's Trump rally, We the People rally, Stop the Steal rally, whatever the fuck it is, I feel like right now, the same way Eli feels, that this is the point where there's a chance. There's a fucking chance. It's kind of like Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance that we the people can get a win.
Well, right. Well, and the parties, even the parties out there, there's not every Republican and every Democrat's a piece of crap. A vast majority.
Right.
But there are some that represent the people that are in their area. They listen to them. My, Grindell, who lives here in Chesterland, right up the road from me. She's in the Ohio Congress. She has meetings all the time. She goes out to the people all the time in this and asks what they want, and then takes those ideas to Columbus.
Right.
That's what she doesn't just hold meetings with Republicans. She holds meetings with the citizens of this county. Nice. She listens to everybody in this county and takes those concerns to Columbus. But that's what a representative is supposed to do.
But the problem is our and this is where they talk they do it, but they don't ever show us they do it. And the example is, look at how long it took them to do the stimulus package that came up, and why did it keep getting delayed? Every time I heard a reason why, all I could hear was it wasn't better. It wasn't good for my candidate or this candidate.
Right,
it didn't look good for him or her.
It wasn't good. Yeah, it wasn't good for the people.
It wasn't. It was
It's
never.
Still not good for the people, man.
We hear
Come
that
on.
People are losing their businesses and their home, and that they're going
to
lose their home because
it's damn good for Zimbabwe.
I know people that they haven't been able to make house payments for almost a year.
Okay,
who's going to cover that?
Hold on.
Nobody.
You want to talk about house payments? So, you guys know what I do. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of depends on what day of the week they want to do it. Right around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, we kind of get hit with a bunch of random power outages, like 5 houses here, 7 houses there, 10 houses here. You know what that is? It's the power company has a freaking script system that those smart meters that everybody was so against a couple years ago, that the power company went through and put in everywhere. They just send a command through the computer system and say they didn't pay their bill for 2 months, shut them off.
Yep. Well, yeah, they don't even have to come out to do it after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Power goes out, people call in, pay their freaking bill. Do you know how every week?
Yeah. Well,
we get 20, 30 outages like that.
We're delaying all this stuff, so it's great that they're keeping people in their homes and they're trying to keep people from being evicted. But at some point in time, that massive amount of money that people have not paid to their mortgages, have not paid to their landlords, where's that? Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's saying,
it was spelled right.
And so, I mean, and they're not talking about the people. They're still worried about, and look at how many billions are going over to freaking overseas instead of taking care of us.
Well, you just heard me say this bill was not good for Americans, but it's great for Zimbabwe.
In all fairness to the internet, they're everybody out there. I shouldn't say everybody. 99% of people posting on Facebook and Twitter and all you name are combining 2 bills.
Right.
Because the omnibus bill and the stimulus bill are completely separate bills. So the foreign money is not in the stimulus bill. It's in our yearly budget, which is nothing new. It doesn't make it any more right.
So why would our yearly budget pay out to other countries when we should be working on us?
It's a yearly bullshit that we've been doing for, you name the president, it doesn't matter what letters after his name, he is giving foreign aid to everybody. Again, money that probably could have been put to use in our own country.
Eli,
so
I live a life.
Hold on. I gotta ask this because I've been asked a couple of times about this. Eli's asking what offices we're running for in the next election.
And that's what I was about to answer.
We should. I should.
I don't think my mouth and my disposition and my lifestyle equals political party.
Yeah.
But you know what? And maybe that's the problem. We always think that. But the more that we get out and the more we talk to people, don't we hear more and more that we're the kind of people that they would like to see?
Not my lifestyle.
I bet you're
Not
wrong.
My lifestyle.
I don't think so.
Have to hide?
That's the problem. That's the problem, Cosper. That's the problem.
No. But
it's for like thinking, me and Jeremy. For me and Jeremy, the private is the problem.
I think you're thinking politically, because let's be honest. In the people who would probably most be against you, which is hilarious, you guys would probably be able to run under the opposite party that most people would think.
You're right.
And probably
I literally had this conversation today. that I live in this world, but I follow this world.
Right. Well, and that's see, the problem is there's a lot still, and I'm more I don't know. I'll speak for my lifestyle and how open I am in my lifestyle. Mostly everybody knows. The group here, if you watch the show and you pay attention to my cues and who I talk about my wife, I talk about my girlfriend. They're not the same people.
What?
You guys know for sure, but I've never ever said it in the same tone in the same time. Now, I'm very open with it. I see the reactions of a lot of people that get put off by it. So, there's no way I could win an election with them feeling out that I'm not.
But again, Jeremy, I think
anymore. I don't know if that's true because I think that I don't think it's true. I think it's time. We're thinking Republican and Democrat. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
You're thinking that and I don't believe. I believe right now that any person who is for the people could run. Now that's the hard part. How do you run? How do you run without a party? But I think that's the problem. You need to. You have to run even to give people the idea that they can. It doesn't matter if you only get the 2 votes in your household. Shit, you got probably 3 in your household that can vote for you, Jacob, including yourself. That's 4. You got 4 votes already.
5, because I count. I can vote for myself.
So, see, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Even if you and maybe that's the problem because we're all like, there's no way anybody vote for me. Well, you know what? Maybe you aren't the right candidate, but maybe by running and just trying, maybe the right candidate will go, you know what? Maybe I can do this.
So on that topic, I'm going to keep the anonymity for the people involved. Jeremy, I applaud you being able to say it. The problem I have with it is I know that in my mind and like your mind, Jeremy's mind, I could stand on the other side of that barrier at a Columbus rally, and if I said the same shit, they would agree with me, and I could say, "Look, see, I'm with you," and point at people. You know what I mean? Jeremy can do it. I can do it. But at the same time, going into politics, period, you are stepping into that realm. And it's not so much who's going to vote or not vote for me or for Jeremy. It's more the Bing news feed of Marjorie Greene. That's not Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's QAnon Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, but you know what? Who cares? But maybe that's. But I think you need. I think that's how. And Eli say, we support each other. I think this is that time. This is, to some degree, you have to give Trump a little bit of credit for doing it because, you know what? When he came into politics, he didn't come into it as a politician. He came into it as an American. And it's what attracted some of us because, knowing if you knew anything about Donald Trump, you knew that he had some liberal views. He always has his entire life. Mm-hmm. So you knew he wasn't that rigid, hardcore Republican that most people would vote for. He came in, and maybe that's the start. Maybe that's that small spark that opens the door for real Americans to start running again. Because if we don't, if we keep just doing this hamster wheel over and over and over again, how are we going to change anything? Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe it's time.
So I think, Eli, for your question there,
Skynet.
for Eli, for your question in there of what are we running for, I think at least Cosper, maybe Jeremy, and maybe myself should link up with you and start running out some ideas for the next election cycle.
Yeah, I mean, mine would be. I'd have to figure mine out because I'll be honest with you.
My city stuff, just because the amount of idiotic crap that's going on, all you'd have to do is,
Yeah, and then mine might even start in the city, only because my current representative in Congress in Ohio, I fully support.
Yeah,
right. She's doing her job. Right. So I'd have to look into it, Eli, and I will. I'll look into it.
Like I said, I've never looked at it and never thought to myself, you know what, I should run for political office. You know, Cosper, you and I have talked about it. There's other reasons too. Yeah. So maybe, I mean, this is the second time you and I have been in a conversation of the same thing.
Hey,
maybe.
Hey, let's be honest. We're putting everything out on the internet. I don't, what are they?
Right.
We ain't hiding it, so
right?
Yeah, I mean,
they can't say we're hiding it.
Maybe it's time. I mean,
oh no, they showed a shotgun shell on. Oh no, none of those videos are even around anymore.
True.
Oh, look.
It's always there. It's always right next. You know what? It's always right next to. It's always right next to. I know the light sucks. I'm sorry. Hold on. Can you read it?
No.
No.
It's a dark patch that says "Against all enemies, foreign and domestic."
Oh yeah, it came in. There you go. You got it right there. Hold.
And this is always next to it. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness
gracious.
It's
which I guess, that'll be, we'll see how that all turns out tomorrow. We'll find out how many domestics are in
wrong
DC.
on anything talking negative about tomorrow. I hope good things come from tomorrow.
Oh God, so do I.
I mean, I hope amazing things come from tomorrow. Now, with that being said, and the rumor mills and what's been shown and is real, tomorrow may be a Seattle type Portland thing that happens tomorrow. There's piles of brick laying around.
Oh, I know.
And it wasn't a, hey, I took a picture.
So are we talking autonomous zone? Are we talking autonomous zone, or are we talking like
the conservative version?
Street brawl?
Yeah, street brawl.
Just the conservative version.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Like, Palmer made a statement in the chat, like the Patriots are going to get blamed for starting the Civil War, and I feel like that's an accurate statement. It's going to be just like I feel like just like with the God, what was his name? The kid shot 3 people.
Oh, Kyle.
Yeah. Just like the Kyle. I think that was a push to set the Patriots as the starters.
Well, and
then the Patriots went, whoa, wait a minute. This dude's a convicted criminal.
It was another Bundy thing.
And then it was a possibility that tomorrow, because it's also in the, I've had it come from more than one source, had like 3 or 4 sources tell me that Antifa wants to show up dressed as Patriots. And they will have a certain marking, whether let's throw
out. Let's go ahead.
What's going to happen with
throw that out? If they're wearing a Trump hat backwards, they're fucking Antifa, quote unquote, according to the fucking article that showed.
What happens with the Proud Boys now? Now that soon as Enrique, it's Enrique, right?
The one that got arrested.
The leader that got arrested.
Yeah. The minute he got off the plane, they arrested him. Yeah. You know damn well you can't tell me that somebody in DC didn't know that was going to start shit with the Proud Boys tomorrow by arresting him today.
Right.
You can't. I mean, there's no analyst that goes, hey, it'd be a really good idea. These guys are coming to riot in DC tomorrow. Let's arrest their leader and fucking really set them off.
Well, but is that a let's set them off, or is that a their leader tends to know who runs in their pack? Would he be able to more pick out the people that are dressed like them, or like the Patriots?
It could go either way. I think you're right. It could go either. They could be.
Come on. Hold on. Do you really think that they're going to pick out the leader of the Proud Boys to point out hundreds of thousands, if not million, people and go, yeah, that guy's a real patriot and that guy's a fake patriot.
It's not going to be a real patriot.
Not
fake
that
patriot.
simple.
It's going to be more of like, I've been to many of these events. I've hung out with thousands of these people, and I'm seeing these people that I've never ever seen before that are definitely being shady. And it's not to pick out as in, for the police. It's more of, let's get them the hell out of here.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised, and maybe it's just not publicized yet or somewhere else. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked up people from Antifa, people from BLM. I wouldn't be surprised if they picked up heads of all those in D.C.
Right.
Wouldn't shock me at all.
Right.
Well, let's just say tomorrow's going to be an eventful fucking day, whether it's eventful or just an event that's full of.
Oh, so I guess Enrique is out on bail already. Eli said.
So yeah, and I mean, I'll be watching. So if
let me know. I've got a couple people that are going to chime in. I don't know if I didn't hear from Jimmy yet. I don't know if Jimmy's going. I got
a feeling News to Share will be live all day long.
Yeah.
Oh, both. I'm sure all three of them will, because I think he's got 2 cronies now.
Yeah.
So I'm sure all 3 of them will be there.
Yeah.
But it'll be I don't know. I mean, I don't know what. Like I said, when we opened this up, there was just something inside me that said not to go to this one.
Right.
Do you think it's a statement that on a fucking Wednesday there's hundreds of thousands of people already there?
It's weird. It's just weird.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a. How many times have we looked at setting up an event and we're like, well, fuck, we can't do it on a fucking Friday. Nobody'd show up.
Donna, I'll post live stream links in our private chat.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And and trust me, Donna, you hit Facebook tomorrow, you won't be able to miss them.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll be
as long as you're on the right side of Facebook, because if you're on the left side of Facebook, they won't show shit. Unless
I get a little.
Well, no, if they can get Trump guys beating up other people, that'll be on the news on a loop. Guaranteed.
That'll be a telltale sign. Is it on CNN, MSNBC, Fox?
If the real
that
news
will be
there,
a sign.
Well, here's the thing: the real news, and trust me, is that in quotes, is there? Then I'm even more afraid, because
they seem to know when shit's gonna go sideways.
They know something.
Yeah. They're always there. They just don't report when it doesn't go sideways, because
that's fair. I mean, they were.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that's fair, because I mean, how many bars did we go to where there was no real news there?
Oh, but you didn't go to the very first More. The very first More, dude. There at the very beginning of the rally, I'd say about 3 hours in. I was probably at that point. There was probably 500 people. I will bet money there was 160 reporters from everywhere, because they were there. And the minute it started to go well, down to probably 10.
Right.
The minute it didn't turn into the shit show they were hoping or heard it would be, gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Well, like we said, we're up against it, but tomorrow's going to be a good show or a shit show.
Maybe we'll be back on tomorrow night telling you where to arm up. I don't know.
I'm not working, so I'll be around. So
there you go.
It'll be early because I got class.
All right. Well, on that, thank you everybody for watching. Like, share with your friends, share with your family, even if it's going to start an argument, because hey, we're here for that.
Hey, doesn't matter where they think they are politically. Tell them to join us.
Right.
Come on in.
Clearly, we are all over the place. So
clearly,
definitely hit the notification button up top. My notification actually worked today, which I was surprised.
Hit the bell.
Yeah, mine
hit
did.
the bell. Hit the bell. You can subscribe all day long, but it will not go, hey, they're on. Hit the bell.
Yes.
Every time. Hit the bell.
So thank you. you for watching. Thank you guys again for your time always.
Thank you.
Definitely be safe. We'll be safe if you're in DC. I hope everybody we know from Ohio that is in DC is safe.
Hey, head, swivel.
Yeah, be careful out there tomorrow.
Watch the guy to your left. Watch the gal to your right. Watch everybody going on around you.
Yeah,
you know, this is the kind of crap that we train for. This is the kind of crap that we strive to be. Is situationally aware. If you're there, keep your head on it. Keep your head on a swivel.
Right.
For sure.
And keep an eye on your friends that you're with too. But on that, stay safe, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.